Morning. Welcome to Inner Garden of Joyful Living. I am Kimberly Dixon. I am on much earlier today than I typically am because I have an event today, so I'm getting on the road at 8. Well, I wanted to be on the road by 8, which led to today's topic, which is finding peace. But before we get started, just let me give you a quick look at the garden. It is coming along beautifully. For those of you that have been keeping up with it, and many of you have, you can see just in 2 weeks' time how much everything has grown. I was concerned about the cilantro at one point, but it looks like it's making a good recovery and it's gonna make it. Everything is coming up beautifully. That mint I've actually been using the lemon balm already as well. And just to give, everything is doing wonderful. I cannot wait to, I've got arugula and lettuce, and then the spinach is doing well as also. Good morning, Lori. So this morning, I want to talk to you for just a minute about finding peace. But before I do that, let me give some announcements. Today, I am going to be speaking in Ayden, North Carolina. So I'm about to get on the highway just now. And let's see, next Saturday, May the 11th, I'll be doing the meditation at the Mother's Day bus tour with Kimberly Hines Winborn and Natasha White Pass, as well as Asia B. Nails. Good morning, Tara. And then that's on Saturday, May the 11th. And then on Sunday, May the 12th, which is Mother's Day, I'll be delivering the morning message at Dreamland Park Primitive Baptist Church in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So as I mentioned, this morning I am getting on the road to go to Ayden, North Carolina, which is about an hour and a half. Excuse me, I need to adjust some things. About an hour and a half from here. Good morning, Jay. And I was rushing because my intent was to be on the road by 8 a.m. because I'm that person, I like to show up early. If I'm late, it means I was 15 minutes early. So I was rushing around and I'm like, oh God, I don't have time to do my in the garden this morning. But then God reminded me, find your peace. So finding my peace means actually slowing down and taking a breath, recognizing that I'm overwhelmed, and there's nothing for me to be overwhelmed about. I'm excited. And that's the thing. Your body doesn't know the difference. The chemicals in your body doesn't know the difference between worry and anxiety and excitement. It'll still show up as overwhelmed. So sometimes when it's good stuff, it'll still present itself as overwhelmed. So I got up early, but life slips away from you. And next thing I knew, I was running a little bit behind schedule. So my impulse was to get in my car and head straight to Ayden. But I know that if I do that, that energy of being overwhelmed is going to carry with me. So I'm going to get on the highway, driving fast, honking the horn. Well, not really honking the horn. I do honk sometimes, though. I'm human. At people trying to get by so that I can get where I need to be. But the thing about that is not only do I carry that energy in driving, it's going to go on with me while I'm speaking with this group of young men and women this morning. And I don't want that. So I recognize that I'm feeling overwhelmed. And what I needed to do in that moment is to stop. So the first thing that we need to do to find peace is to recognize our signs of overwhelm. For me, again, overwhelm will show up as rushing around. And then the other way is if I look at I'm a kind of person who really likes to keep my house clean. It's always clean, but if it gets disorganized, meaning there's mail laying on the kitchen counter, on the bar, there is stuff laying on the kitchen table, I've got my laundry laying, the clothes that I took off laying in this pile, and the clothes that I've been getting ready to wear in this one, that's what overwhelm looks like for me. So anytime I recognize that I've got stuff laying anywhere, clutter. Good morning, Freddie. Gosh, man, it's good to see you. How's things going in Texas? But that's what overwhelm looks like for me. So your first step in finding peace is recognizing what your overwhelm looks like. Because for different people, it's going to show up in different ways. And it can show up in your tone and how you talk to people and how you speak to your children. Again, in what your house looks like, what your car looks like. Look at your car. If your car got so much stuff in it that you cannot hardly get in it, that might be an indication of some overwhelm, but not necessarily. For everybody, it is an individual process. Good morning, Letitia. Good morning, Stephen. So the first step is recognizing, slowing down long enough to recognize what your overwhelm looks like. And then the second step is you got to go to your toolbox. For me, I write about it in my book, Can These Bones Live Again? What's in your toolbox? And your toolbox to me is, every craftsman, they have a toolbox. They use tools to get the job done. We need tools in our toolbox to get the job done. That could be something like going and have an art session at Arts and Arts with Tara Henry. That's one of the tools in my toolbox. When I know I am tired, burned out, stressed out, I find my peace by doing those activities that are going to recenter me and bring me back to the space that God intends for me to live in. The other thing that I have in my toolbox is music. And one of those songs is Peace by Juanita Bottom. Younger people won't know anything about that song because it is old. It is real old. But that's one of those songs that I can listen to and immediately my stress level will come down. Other songs are Dorinda Clark Cole, I'm Still Here, and Donnie McClurkin, Stand, and Elton John, I'm Still Standing. It's like all of those songs will help me get back into that space where I calm down and I recognize how good my life is, how great everything is, and that I don't need to worry about anything. Good morning. My neighbors come by, so I always like to say hello to everybody. Good morning, Johnny. Thank you. My other peace mechanism is my garden. It's being outside, being in nature. That's one of the reasons why I do this broadcast outside, is because immediately upon coming outdoors, my stress level lowers. I just finished loading my car. I mean, literally just a few moments ago. You see I'm kind of sweating a little bit. I don't know if his makeup is going to make it to 8 or not. But immediately upon sitting down, good morning, Adrena, I look down at my garden, all of this green. I'm going to turn the camera back around. Yes, go see Tara and Wusa. I sat down in my patio chair and immediately I felt a sense of calm just come over me. I could smell my herbs, the basil, the oregano and thyme, the lemon balm, the cilantro, the mint, and then just see all of this bounty. Good morning, Elizabeth, coming up around me. This makes me feel calm. And to watch things grow helps me to realize that God is always moving even when we don't see it. Because to look at these plants day to day, you can't see the progress. But anybody who follows me from week to week knows that that tomato plant was much smaller when I planted it. That these planters had seeds in them. They didn't have anything visible. But being in my garden, all my pots are just sitting everywhere right now. But it's still, even with the chaos, this makes me feel calm. So when you're trying to find your peace, find those things, those activities that recenter you, that help you to regain your sense of self and help you to know, good morning, Sean. Gosh, I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're doing well. And help you to remember that who you are and whose you are. So guys, I'm going to sign off now because again, I need to get on the road and get to Ayton, North Carolina. Please share the video. Continue to tune in to In the Garden with Joyful Living every Saturday. I am so grateful and thankful to share this time with you all. It brings me great joy to do that. And again, share the video. If you need some garden tips, inbox me. I get inboxes all the time about gardening. Although I am I still consider myself to be a novice, I know a little bit about it. God, remember that in any situation, you can always find your peace. When you're rushing around, the first thing you need to do is slow down. All right, I will talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye.